let me share with you my devotion today in Matthew chapter 13 verses 3 to 9. Let me read it to you. In verse 3, he told many stories in the form of parables, such as this one. Listen, a farmer went out to plant some seeds. Verse 4, as he scattered them across his field, some seeds fell on footpaths, and the birds came and ate them. Verse 5, other seeds fell on shallow soil with underlying rock. The seeds sprouted quickly because the soil was shallow. But, on verse 6, the plant soon withered under the hot sun, and since they didn't have deep roots, they died. On verse 7, other seeds fell among thorns that grew up and choked out the tender plants. Verse 8, still other seeds fell on fertile soil, and they produced a crop that was 30, 60, and even 100 times as much as had been planted. Verse 9, anyone with ears to hear should listen and understand. Now, in this parable of Jesus, he describes on the verses I have read several kinds of person. And which are you in here? So let's go back to the story. There are four kinds of soil. In here we have that were mentioned in the parable. We have the footpath where your heart is shut or closed. Or maybe you think you don't need God. This kind of person that you're good enough. That you're good on your own. Or maybe you've seen other people who claim to follow Jesus, and that look nothing like him. They were mean or judgmental. Who's that person claiming to be Christian, and yet look at what they're doing, what they're saying like that. And you decided you didn't want anything to do with Jesus because of them. You were discouraged and disappointed because of them. So those are kind of person, the seed that fell on the footpath. And second, this kind of person, the rocky ground, the seed that was thrown on the rocky ground. Maybe this kind of person must be you got really excited about Jesus for a time. So this kind of person, at first when you hear God say, oh really, that's so very, you were very excited about it, and yet you never took steps to grow deeper in your faith or make it your own. My daughter is crying. So anyway, my husband is there to take care of her. And number 3 kind of person in the parable that turns. So the first we have the footpath, second the rocky ground, and the third is the turns. There are things in your life, this kind of person, that crowded out Jesus. You get distracted by social media, school works, school activities, or let's say sports, if you're into sports, and everything else in life. You got distracted in many means. And this kind of person, Jesus isn't their top priority. Actually, a lot of times, they forgot or you forget to spend time with Him. Are you this kind of person? And number 4, we have the fertile soil. Everybody wants to be this kind of person, of course. The fertile soil. You are healthy and growing in your relationship with Jesus. That's the fertile soil. Among the four, the only difference between these soils is that the fertile soil was taken care of. The farmer took time to till it and weed the soil. So, what is the message in here? Take care of your heart and spend time in the Bible reading plans, where you could have this self-study of God's Word, or like what I am doing. You're gonna read it and think of the things what the Lord God wanted you to learn from that verse, like that. And I challenged you. I wanted to challenge you to take another step today. As in, what are the things that I'm gonna challenge you? First is spend time in prayer. Spend time in prayer. The Lord knows your heart, and the Lord is longing for you to talk to Him. So spend time in prayer. Listen to a worship song. Some of my composed song I already uploaded on this channel, JuhyeTv, and you can listen to it and be blessed. And what else? Go for a walk in nature and thank God for His creation. Have you done this? Me and my kids and my Juhye and my daughter, we sometimes go, although it's pandemic time, we are going to a place where a few people are staying here. Here in South Korea, there are lots of park that are free, of course. You can take a walk in there. There are some machine that you could take your exercises, and you can just walk around, take an exercise. And a lot of park here, they always build a garden like that. There's a lot of trees, and why not take time to thank God for all those trees, for the nature like that. And what else? I challenge you to set up a screen time limit on a social media app. Okay? Hindi lang po dapat tayo laging naka-Facebook or always making time with our YouTube channel to make a lot of subscribers and watch hours and sub to sub like that. We should set up screen time limit, because why? I'm challenging you to have a minute with God as well, just like what I'm doing, and do something today to help tend your heart be like the fertile soil. That's all for today, and I pray and I hope that God will bless your heart. Thank you for listening. Goodbye. God bless you.